My daughter was growing up and I got an offer for a film called Kabil. Kabil was Hrithik Roshan was the hero.
Yep.
They'd already cast my brother. They were looking for my brother's younger brother. Who better than that
To cast the real brother.
then come to me?
Right.
The director was my very, very dear family friend, Sanjay Gupta. Rakesh Roshan was the producer. So it was all the boxes were ticked, right?
Yeah.
And then Sanjay Gupta narrated the script to me. And I was like, oh God, this is the role of a rapist.
Oh wow, that was in the
can't
script.
See, so my first thought was, no, I can't do this. Because whatever you say,
Yeah.
your thought about rapists is Shakti Kapoor.
Right.
Prem Chopra, because they were the ones who really
Correct.
made that genre chilling,
Yeah.
right? So I said, oh God, I don't want my daughter to see me like this.
Right.
And I refused the film. Such a big film. My best friend is the director. Hrithik is the hero. My brother is doing a role in that. And I refused the film. And it took a long time for me to say no to Gupta, because how do you say no to your best friend, right?
Yeah.
But he understood immediately.
Yeah.
He understood. I didn't have to tell him all that.
You didn't have to tell him why you were...
No, I didn't tell him. I
Yeah.
sent him a long note saying that, I've not been able to sleep and I don't know how to say this, but the only way to say is that I don't want to
Can't
do the
do
film.
it.
But he understood why I didn't want to do the film.
It's really nice of
That's
him.
what friendships
Yeah,
are
absolutely.
all about.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll tell you how interesting the story was. That after a week of this, I was in my salon getting my hair cut, and my other best friend, again a Sanjay Suri, the actor,
Yep.
he was getting his haircut too, and we had the same barber. And so I'm sitting there having coffee, he's getting his haircut, so he's saying, और क्या चल रहा है? I said, वो काबिल का offer आया था, मैंने मना कर दिया. I said no. He almost pushed the barber away, and I'm not exaggerating. He looked at me and he used an expletive which he never uses.
Right.
Sanjay Suri is your quintessential good guy. He
Gentleman,
never uses
right.
expletives.
Right.
He looked at me and said, beep, beep, beep. तूने क्या कर दिया? I said no to the film. He said, are you mad? You have a Hrithik Roshan playing the hero. They want you and Ronit to play brothers, which is a formidable force. Never have you seen them on the big screen together.
Right.
You have Rakesh Roshan producing it, and you have your best friend directing it, and you said no. Why? So I said, यार वो rapist का role है. So again he looked at me and said, beep, 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 तो तू actor क्यों बना?
Wow.
If you don't have
It's a
it
tough
in you
question.
to challenge yourself
Yeah.
and say that, okay, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it my way. He said, you have that whole swag thing going. You do it in a stylish way.
Yep.
Nobody is telling you to do, He made me call Sanjay Gupta from the salon. Sanjay Gupta was in Khandala. I said, have you cast for it? He said, yeah, almost. We've already looked at some options. We've almost finished. Cast. I said, don't cast anybody. He said, what? He said, don't cast anybody. When are you back? He was back on a Wednesday, I think. I went straight into his office, dressed as the character. Now, this is what friendships also is. He
Yeah.
looked at me and his team was sitting. He said, "Aa gaya mera villain." That's it. There was no conversation. Wow, you've come back. Who are you? You can't say
Nothing.
no. Nothing. He picked up
Fascinating.
the phone, called Rakesh ji, said, Rohit has agreed. He's coming to your office, sign it. So, yes, your decision. I went into a completely different zone because it's an
Sure.
interesting story.
Yeah.
But having children, especially a daughter, it does, for me personally,
Yeah.
not impacts, but somewhere decides what
yeah.
kind of characters or roles I want to play.
Yeah.
And I think from the time she was born, there was only one thing on my mind, that now whatever body of work I have, which is why you don't see me too often,
Right.
whatever body of work I have, I want nothing of that to embarrass my child when she grows up.
Yeah.
That was my thought when they put her in my hand after the delivery.
No
First
matter how much distance you want to keep between
Yeah, it's
fatherhood
not
and
possible.
work, right?
It's not
Yeah.
possible because you see, and today with social media,
Yeah.
if they say something, and these things, whatever you say, affect children.
Yeah,
they
that's
do.
a fascinating story. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing.
Yeah, it's an interesting story. So I
Yeah.
thought maybe it'll be interesting.
No,
to
absolutely. I mean, it does. I mean, of course, I'm not in your business, but fatherhood affects your professional
hear. Yeah.
approach,
It does,
no
it
matter
does.
what
And
you
it
do.
should.
Absolutely.
You can't keep both
Yeah.
the things completely
Isolated.
separate.
Yeah. Now, coming to the narratives of, I know you've spoken a lot about how some of the old stereotypes of, masculinity in the screen, in the Indian context. And I know you believe in a certain kind of masculinity. How do you see this changing in the Indian entertainment space? Because it affects,
Are you talking
affects-
about on-screen
on-screen,
portrayals
on-screen
of-
portrayal of Indian male.
Again, interesting
And
question.
how is it being portrayed? What should change? Because it affects millions of young men growing up in this country, right?
You know, so India is made up of, as we all know, two halves. The majority lives in the villages.
Yep, exactly.
A percentage of that lives in cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Kolkata, etc. Both viewerships and whatever they imbibe out of a film are very different.
Right.
Unfortunately, even today, the portrayal of a patriarch on Indian cinema is
Still well entrenched.
stereotypical.
Yep.
You still feel that you should be like this if you're a parent or a father.
Yep.
You will always show the mother as a caregiver
Right.
and the father as a disciplinarian.
Yep.
That needs to break, I feel.